Inside the Cage, brought to you by Combat Sports Insurance.
Welcome to MMA Inside the Cage. I'm your host, Cyrus Fees. Next to me, he's the anti-Joe Rogan, Mr. Casey Oxnard. Props on the post-fight interviews last weekend. You look good out there.
Well, thanks. I wouldn't go so far as to say anti-Joe Rogan. I mean, this he's done a lot in the sport. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's got good jiu-jitsu.
He does.
He's convinced a lot of people to eat bugs.
That's
so you know
true.
the dude can talk. Sounds to me like you got a little issue with him.
No, well, he kind of shrugged me off in Atlanta.
Well, come on, lay off him, dude. This is like a broadcast legend you're talking about.
All right, fine. Well, let's get the party started here with the MMA news flurry. First story right off the bat, another WWE champion has entered the sport of mixed martial arts. Dave Bautista finally made his debut for CES MMA in New Hampshire. He took on Vince Lucero, a veteran in the sport with 40-some professional fights, and got the win by ground and pound, but Lucero didn't just hand it to him.
No, he didn't. Lucero looked rough. He's an older guy. He's been in this sport, had 40 fights plus. He's been around forever.
Yeah.
And he came out and he tagged Batista a couple times. But this is the thing. Everybody assumes that since Batista's been out there in front of the limelight, in front of cameras for many years, it's going to be easy. But it actually probably puts a lot of extra pressure on top of you because you have to do it for real. It's not a stage show. This is for real. Batista had to do it. He pulled it off against a guy who's a wily veteran. So props to Batista. He's got a great name, and potentially he could sell a lot of tickets in the future.
I think so too. We'll see what happens with CES at CESMMA.com. Invicta was back once again for their third event from Kansas City, Missouri. This time it featured Adam Waits, Jessica Penny, and Naho Sugiyama. Penny takes home Invicta's first title in that one. Shayna Baszler rebounds after the McMahon loss, beating Sarah DeLelio. Then we see Julia Budd, Leslie Smith, Barb Honchak taking home victories. Jessamyn Duke as well. What do you think about this one?
Jessamyn Duke, definitely a rising star. She's always on top of her game. You're going to see a lot more out of her. Shayna Baszler, just like you were saying, had a huge fight against Sarah McMahon last time. She looked great, barely lost it. She comes back, redeems herself against a very, very strong veteran in Sarah DeLelio.
Yeah, definitely. Great stuff out of Invicta, and they just continue to get better. That's InvictaFC.com. Finally, the UFC was in action in the Twin Cities for UFC on FX. Bigfoot versus Brown. A few stories out of this one right off the bat. Of course, the main event. Bigfoot showing that he's not quite done yet by dropping the blue chip prospect, Mr. Travis Brown. What'd you think about that fight?
Everything.
Impressive.
Anything can happen in this sport. Just like Stipe, an undefeated prospect, he gets dropped earlier this week, and then you turn around and you see Bigfoot go out there and drop Travis Brown, who was on a huge roll. He had a ton of momentum going into this fight. Bigfoot lost his last two in dramatic fashion. He comes back, lands a big shot. But like I said, that is a testament to what this sport is all about. Anybody can win on any given day, and styles mean everything.
I really love the heavyweight division right now. I think it's a lot of fun. Then you look at the Jeremy Stevens ordeal. Of course, Jeremy Stevens was apprehended on a prior assault charge in Iowa, and Dana White tried all the way up until the event to get him out of jail unsuccessfully. But like I said, if you don't think Dana White stands up for his fighters, look at this situation right here. I mean, he constantly was trying to get him out and kept hitting hurdles.
Yeah, he does. He's going to back his fighters, but he's going to back his event. He's going to make sure that it goes off without a hitch. He'll do anything possible he can to get it there. From what it sounds like, it was like a simple assault, something where they nabbed him right there. It was
sitting at a bar or something where you know how the guys like to pick out these fighters and mess with them a little bit. And I think that's what the situation was.
Well, that's how it appears, and it is very unfortunate. I think that Jeremy Stevens is an incredible talent. I hated that him and Eve didn't get to go at it. It's a huge testament to Eve, as Dana White said. He stuck around all the way to the end because there was still a possibility the fight may happen. Hey, sometimes it doesn't happen, as we learned this past weekend as well.
No doubt about it. Last week's clip of the week, man, was a good one. Submission heavy, but there were some really good ones in this one. Only one fighter could take home the training mask. This time it goes to Chase Roden from Combat Night. The standing guillotine, always a painful situation. C4combatnight.com for more information. This week, it's another fully loaded prize pack. Let them know, Casey, what can they win?
We're talking about the Elevation Training Mask 2.0, as always, plus pre-workout formula and shaker cup from Gamma Labs, and apparel from Bamfify Gear, Versace Crucifix, and Hunter MMA.
That's a lot of good stuff right there. And of course, send those videos in. Do it right now. MMAInsideTheCageTV.com/get on air to get your video in the running. Top 5 fighters from 5 continents that have not made it to the USA yet. That's coming up in the next round. And we're going to take a look at college wrestling champion Kurt Kinzer. But right now, it's your first 4 finalists for Clip of the Week.
Fighters, promoters, fans, get hooked up. Send us your best knockouts and submissions by going to MMAInsideTheCageTV.com and clicking Get On Air.
In the very dangerous sport of mixed martial arts, one company has your back. Combat Sports Insurance is the Southeast's newest entity, insuring events, promoters, and fighters as well. Owner Jeremy Augusta, an area leader in insurance for the past decade and current MMA fighter for Team Oxendine, is focused on bringing the best coverage to your event and your fighters. Combat Sports Insurance. Call today at 423-571-2519 or visit combatsportsinsurance.com.
The most spectacular event is coming to Abu Dhabi. Be part of the premier fight sport event in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi Warriors.
MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Combat Sports Insurance.
Welcome back. With pretty heavy competition for the number 2 spot in America heating up between Bellator, World Series of Fighting, and the great promotions on Access TV fights like XFC, MFC, Titan, and Legacy, talent is literally being grabbed up from all over the world. So we've assembled a top 5 fighters of 5 different continents who haven't made it to the stage yet, but could make a real impact. Starting off at number 5, we're going to Africa. Ruan Fangs Potts. He is the 4-0 heavyweight. He is their champion.
He is an animal. You're talking about 3 out of 4 of his fights ending in first-round stoppages. I look for him to make a climb steadily, just not as many numbers as the guys that are higher on the list, but man, this guy is a huge prospect.
I think he's going to be great. At number 4, out of Asia, is the Dongbei Tiger Wang Guan out of rough China, 10-0 featherweight. How about this guy, only 26 years old?
This kid has it all. He has notoriety on the cover of Elle magazine over there, and man, he knows how to fight. He's finishing people off, and he's making big stirs.
No doubt. 6-0 over the last 2 years, man. Impressive. Number 3, Richie Vasilik. Richie Voss is what they call him. He fought for AFC, who we know very well, and he's about to make his debut for the UFC 9-1 bantamweight. He's killer.
We were talking to those guys over in Australia. They say, who is the name to look at? They say Richie Voss. And man, absolutely, he could overtake Elvis Sinazik as the greatest namesake to ever come out of the land down under.
Yeah, the king of rock and rumble, brother. How can you forget about him? Number 2, Cassiano de Freitas, 23-11 welterweight. This is, of course, out of South Africa, out of Brazil. Only 24 years old, and he's out of one of the toughest camps in the world.
Absolutely, shoot boxing. Until recently, they may have said Andre Santos is the biggest prospect out of Brazil, but Cassiano de Freitas just finished him off, taking it home, and now he is the man.
And then number 1, you know who it is. Out of Europe, Mehmed Khalidov, KSW, 25-4 middleweight. He's literally beat everybody that KSW has thrown at him. He is an animal. He's great.
European MMA superstar is what he is. Been around for a while. He's had his ups and downs, but now he is big time on the rise. Possibly the biggest international star in the world.
I think so too, and he's going to make some big time impact if he goes to the UFC, Strikeforce, Bellator, wherever. It's going to be interesting to see where these fighters land. And speaking of talented prospects, this guy's out of America. Former collegiate wrestling champion Kurt Kinger is gearing up for the fight of his life at Abu Dhabi Warriors 1 on November 2nd. He's going to take on Amir Vazalimov, a very talented Austrian. Now, we've seen collegiate standouts in wrestling do very well in MMA. What's the deal with Kurt Kinger?
What stands out for Kurt Kinger is this guy can finish. 6 out of his 7 wins have been stoppages. And he's done it in events like Bellator and in King of the Cage. The first time I saw him was Bellator 23, whenever I had my guy Stoney Hill over there. I watched him firsthand. Everybody was talking about him because he's the Indiana Hoosiers. He wrestled at Indiana Hoosiers, so everybody was talking about him. He goes out there, he destroys David Overfield, who's a veteran of Indiana MMA for many, many years, and he looked fantastic. I knew that was a name I was going to hear a lot of in the future. Now we're going to see him in Abu Dhabi. You're going to be over there with him. You're going to see it firsthand, so it's going to be awesome.
This Abu Dhabi Warriors card is very stacked, and we're going to see it live and free on WFCTV.com on November 2nd. Now, what are you looking forward to most? I'm just about guessing.
You know it's Pele Landy. It's Pele Landy. Of course, this guy is virtually impossible to punk out. He comes to bang. He has been in there with just about everybody. He beat former world champion Pat Miletich in his prime, but now we're going to see him in Abu Dhabi Warriors. You know, this guy even had some words with Anderson Silva, the greatest of all time, here recently. I know he would step in there in the UFC right now and fight him for the belt. It would probably be a bang fest.
It would be a Fantastic fight. Friday, November 2nd, once again, click over to WFCTV.com. Watch all the action. Watch me ring announcing. And for more information on the card, it's AbuDhabiWarriors.com. After the break, we'll get you ready for Resurrection Fighting Alliance 4 coming up in a few weeks on Fight Now TV. But first, 4 more finalists for Clip of the Week.
Cerebral aspects of the fight game. I mean, the mental aspect is such a vital, important part, and it's not all rock'em sock'em.
That check hook hurt.
Oh, and Cummins is hurt now. Oh, she goes down with that knee, and the knockout scored here.
Fighters, promoters, fans, get hooked up. Send us your best knockouts and submissions by going to MMAInsideTheCageTV.com and clicking Get On Air.
Coming soon, a mixed martial arts spectacle, the like of which the Middle East has never seen. The Abu Dhabi Warriors are coming. There will be knockouts, submissions, and more bone crushing than you can handle. Buckle up, funsters. Don't blink. Abu Dhabi Warriors 1 comes to you live from the Adnec Exhibition Center on November 2nd at 7 p.m. local time. Be there.
I think for my son, he could have collapsed many times.
I'm looking to be a young champion. I feel like I'm ready for the top.
If he says he's going to be the middleweight champ, I believe him. You know, very directed with his goals, very good family guy, very serious.
My daughter's my biggest fan, and no one could argue with that.
You know, I'm betting on Chris, 100%. I just don't see anyone stopping him.
I'm confident. I know I can beat him, and I just want the shot now.
MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Combat Sports Insurance.
And finally, third and final round, time to impress the judges. Now, we've named a lot of American promotions gunning for that number 2 spot, and one that's certainly on the way is Resurrection Fighting Alliance. Based out of Nebraska, the RFA has steadily picked up some names in the sport, prospects and legends of the sport. This is where we saw Maurice Smith's big comeback victory, and then, of course, prospects like Sergio Pettis, Anthony Pettis' brother, who's on a tear right now, and Chidi Njokuani, a lot of big-name guys, their younger brothers that are doing awesome things, right?
Absolutely. You're a big fan of Chidi. I know that. It's like the monster version of Anthony Njokuani. And I saw you, I remember back in Atlanta, you got that interview with him.
I did,
chomping that gum, and you look fantastic.
That one will never see the light of day, one might right here. Well, this card looks great for RFA 4. A few fights you want to look out for. The aforementioned Sergio Pettis trying to stay undefeated against very tough Jimmy Jones. You have the Dakota Cochran, Derek Burnstead fight. Now, this one's going to be very good. You know, over 10 wins for both guys. Tyson Griffin, Efren Escudero, definitely two fighters that MMA fans know all over. Then the main event, Gilbert Yvel taking on Petipano, Marcelo Cruz. What's the fight that stands out for you? I mean, the whole card looks good.
To me, the Escudero and Tyson Griffin fight, those are guys that are very, very well versed in the UFC. And this is a fight you may have possibly seen, a year or two ago in the UFC. Now you're going to see it right here. It's really, really cool. I am interested to see Petipano versus Gilbert Yvel. That's a true striker versus jiu-jitsu guy. Obviously, if Petipano gets it to the ground, I'm going to give it to him. But Gilbert Yvel, that's the guy that did that big one kick to the head on Gary Goodridge back in Pride and put him on his head.
A lot of good stuff here. The RFA is going to be sweet. Now, best thing is you're going to have coverage on at your home in Fight Now TV. It's Friday, November 2nd from the Texas Station Casino in Las Vegas. RFA 4 will be one to watch. Head to RFAfighting.com for more on the event. Now, your main event comes from the RFA. It's one of the stars of RFA 4, Dakota Cochran, and what could be his biggest fight of his career, taking on UFC veteran Joe Daddy Stevenson. It's your MMA Inside the Cage main event of the week.
Join us as we open the MMA vault to unlock a wealth of action on Fight Now.
Well, it's on here, Stefan. We're finally at it. The main event, a fight that has been 6 to 8 weeks in the making. It was on, it was off, it was on again. Yesterday at the weigh-ins, we know Joe Daddy had an amazingly tough cut. Something was wrong. And Dakota said, you know what? I'm going to fight him anyways.
And Dakota got a little gift out of that. I believe 25% of Joe Daddy's purse. And wow, Dakota landing a good front kick and just whipping Joe Daddy around there, going for a flying knee.
Dakota the local favorite here, but Daddy definitely the one with more experience, definitely the ring veteran.
In the better submission game. Dakota just looks to be stronger here as Joe goes in for the single leg. Almost gets it. Good thing the fence was there.
That's a deep double Joe Daddy's got. It's a deep double.
Joe Daddy in tight on the hips. Almost has Dakota down.
In on the single again, but Dakota countering with some good shots. Looking for that Kimura there.
Joe Daddy pulling half guard. Good veteran move there. You don't see that much. Now he's looking for the front door back for her. See, he's just waiting for the right time, and I believe he might try to roll Dakota Cockring. I don't want to say it too loud and spoil Joe Daddy's plan, but right in front of us,
we could alter the action. It's almost like a poker game when you don't want to say anything because you could induce a call and blow a guy's bluff.
Look at Joe Daddy stretching out that knee. He's actually going for a knee bar here from the half guard. I like that move myself. Very hard to finish, guys, but it works a lot to get a sweep and get a top position. But Dakota has his back up against the fence.
Dakota tying him up well, staying scrappy. But Joe Daddy seems to always find a way to win these scrambles.
He is
always
great
finds
in the
a way
scrambles.
to get crafty and end up in a good position on the ground. That good figure four tie up on Dakota's foot, allowing him to keep that underhook, but that is a deep wizard.
Just strength there.
Nice punches, but that, again, Joe Daddy's wrestling abilities are proving to keep him in a good position and keep him safe and not let Dakota have too much leverage on those punches where they're damaging him. That deep underhook there and that deep wizard and then that figure four on the leg. They're kind of stalemated right here. But
yeah, just in a very technical battle. Joe Daddy with the leg stretched out and Dakota with that powerful wizard.
This is one of those chess matches that I really enjoy as a grappling practitioner. It's a lot of people get mad at the stuff like this. Like, would you guys fight? Would you do this? Would you do that? But what you don't understand is there's a battle being fought and either won or lost here. It's a stalemate. It's an advantage. See,
and it's
right
so
there.
technical.
So technical. They had to figure out who had more gas, who had more strength, who's going to win the seesaw, the push and pull. And you saw them with both with grit, determination to win that. But unfortunately
great
for
job
Joe
by
Daddy,
the referee by letting him play that out.
Absolutely, great job by the referee. So often we'd see him stand him up or let the crowd reaction control the action, but not here tonight. We got to see it play out truthfully.
And honestly, kind of an educated crowd because they didn't really get restless and start booing, surprisingly.
Very impressed. The Kearney crowd is one of the best crowds in MMA.
They really know their fight game here in Kearney.
Once again, if you're joining us here on Fight Now TV, you can hit us up on our Facebooks, hit us up on our Twitters at rfafighting.com. We're in the middle of a heated
Beautiful
action.
sweep by Joe Daddy, but Dakota back to his feet. Joe Daddy
big
falls
swing and a miss by
down.
Dakota. Both of these guys showed a little bit of color on their nose. Oh, big Superman punch flying over the guard for Dakota. Oh, right before the end of the round. Joe Daddy just makes it out of the round, but he's wobbled when he gets up.
Not making weight. He doesn't look too tired himself.
Here we go, squaring off once again. Joe Daddy looking to evade. Big knee.
Oh,
big
shot there.
Big shots.
Dakota just opening up
knee.
there. Oh, that was a hard one. Joe
uppercut.
Daddy is hurt.
I don't like
Dakota.
seeing this.
Wow, what a powerful knee. Going on the back. Oh, for the rear naked choke here.
Joe
Daddy in trouble. He's spinning. He's got the arm trap too.
An arm caught with a leg. Joe Daddy's still breathing though. Joe Daddy's still breathing.
Dakota wrapping it up, squeezing. Dakota, the referee checking on him.
Checking, but it looks
Joe
like
Daddy.
Stevenson's surviving in there.
Looks like his chin's down. He might get out of trouble.
But
Not
still,
just
Dakota
yet.
locking it up.
Dakota hanging onto that neck. There you
Dakota making an intelligent move to let go of that choke and sit up and go
Exactly.
around the back. Many guys would have held on to that until they failed and then ended up giving up the guard, but not Dakota Cochran. He elected to get out the back door.
Right back
get
again.
back into a
Here
good
we
position
are, and
and
this
attack
might
that
be
choke.
it.
And he
It's
gets
all
it.
over.
Oh my God!
Dakota Cochran submits Joe Daddy Stevenson for the biggest win of his career. Even more impressive than the Jamie Varner win because he finished this fight tonight.
Out of all the ways we thought we'd see this fight end tonight, nobody would have chose Dakota Cochran.
Fighters, promoters, fans, get hooked up. Send us your best knockouts and submissions by going to MMAInsideTheCageTV.com and clicking Get On Air.
Spectacular event is coming to Abu Dhabi. Be part of the premier fight sport event in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi Warriors.
MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Combat Sports Insurance.
Well, it's been another wild ride, but it's time to finish this one up. But before we do, your final four finalists for Clip of the Week.
I'm moving. Let's go, Boston. Show the cage. Show the cage.
There we go with that leg kick. A nice little punch.
James looks like he's a little bit tired.
Oh, he's going down here.
He'll stop it quick.
Oh, that was crazy.
All right, well, that makes a dirty dozen. Let's check out all the finalists, 1 through 12.
Looks like he's a little bit tired.
Oh, he's going down here.
He'll stop it quick.
Oh, that was crazy.
Remember, the winner takes home that Elevation Training Mass 2.0 pre-workout formula and shaker cup from Gamma Labs, and of course apparel from BAMF Fight Gear, Versace Crucifix, and Hunter MMA.
Find us and like us on Facebook. Follow us at Twitter at MMAITC, and subscribe to our official YouTube for exclusive interview and content. I'm your host, Cyrus Feast.
I'm Casey Oxendine.
We'll see you next week
Inside the Cage.